Now the bushings in your front suspension over the years have more than likely been done a couple of times already. But I got $10 that says your rear bushing and your trailing arms have probably never been done. My name's David Welch. If you've got an old Chevy truck, you probably already know me from all my YouTube videos and this and that and the other. Today I'm here at Brothers Tech Center. I'm going to show you how to replace this bushing. I'm going to do it a couple of different ways so you got some choices. All of this stuff is done with simple tools you've already got in your garage more than likely. So let's get started. Now before we start, I want to point out a few things that you got to pay careful attention to. One thing you want to notice on the bushing right here, it has this ridge right here. So obviously you're not going to be able to pound it down that way. You're going to have to make sure that it's upside down so you can pound it on out. So see which side your ridge is on and make sure that's on the bottom. Now I call this the barbarian way of doing it, and I'm going to be honest, it may not even actually work. Sometimes these rust in so much that they're not going to move. You'll also want to support this in the center. If I just start hammering on this, I can take this and bend it in, and then it's going to make it even more difficult to get out. What I did is I just got some 3-inch pipe. I cut it down to where it'll fit inside, cut it in half. Now I can go ahead and put this in here, in the front and in the back, and then I'll be able to pound up on this some without collapsing this. And we put WD-40 on this and we let it soak for a couple of days. We should be good to go. Hopefully this is going to work out without any damage to my body. Let's see if it works. So first I'm going to knock it down some. Ah, there we go. All right. Now once I've knocked it down this far, now I'll get a socket that'll fit just inside of that, and I'll knock it down even more. Alright, so there you go. That one wasn't too difficult, not too much rust on this, so we got a little lucky. Now, if it's not coming out, let me show you how to do it. Alright, so this way is actually the way I like to do it because it's a bit more controlled and it's not so barbaric. We're going to get a drill and we're just going to drill out all of this rubber around here until we can get this metal shaft in the center to drop on through. Now after I've drilled this enough, it's going to make the rubber weak enough, I'll be able to get a socket and just take out the rod right there. And all my rubber fell out at the same time. Now I want to make one note here. If you're not going to be using the rubber bushings, if you're going to be using the urethane bushings, they don't come with a housing or they don't come with a sleeve right here. So if you're going to be using urethane bushings like this, you would stop right now before you do any damage to this. You'll clean it up nice and neat, paint it. You'll go ahead and install your urethane bushing, and then you're going to be done. But if you're using the rubber bushings, let me show you what comes next. I need to take this sleeve out of here. So what I'm going to do is get a Sawzall, and I'm just going to cut a slight cut into this, making sure that I don't cut into my trailing arm.
It wasn't recording.
So now what I'm going to do after I've cut my slit in there is I'm going to take the sleeve and I'm going to curl it in on itself so it'll just fall out nice and easy. So I'll start right in here. I'll tap that in a bit. Usually this outside lip right here you're not going to be able to cut all the way through, so that's going to take a little extra hammering maybe. And you can see it's already starting to basically almost fall out all by itself. There you go. Now I'll go ahead and I'll clean all this up some, and then we'll go ahead and install our new bushings. Now when you install these, they're only going to go one way. They're tapered a little bit. If you try to hammer it in that way, you're going to have a bad day. So make sure you got it going the right way. Obviously, we're going to get grease on everything. Help it go in. And you can do this on the press. It's probably a little bit better on the press, but I know a lot of you guys at home may not have that, so that's why I'm showing you this way here. And this is totally fine as long as you take your time and you be careful. So we're going to need to get these spacers in here again. Beef things up. There we go. Now when I hammer this in, I don't want to use something small like this and hammer on this rod because it'll just push through. I don't want to have anything smaller and push on the rubber because it'll just bounce. I need to be sure that I'm on this ridge. I don't want to be on the outside of it. I just want to be right on it. So I got this pipe right here, and it is just the right size. And when I hammer it in, I'm not trying to just hammer it in one shot. I'm tapping around and I'm just working it in nice and easy like. Okay. So here I can see that my lip is nice and flush. I know it's in far enough. You can see on the other side here it's nice and even. So we're good to go. No big deal stuff. You can take care of this yourself at home. Be sure you check us out on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and when you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe because I got a ton of these kind of things for you. We'll see y'all next time.